Good morning. Good morning, yes. God bless the faithful. May the Spirit of God give you the ears to hear. I'm filled with joy, y'all. Yes. You go to bed full of joy. You wake up full of joy. But this is Sister Liberty, and I am back with another message for you. Oh, the Lord is great, and He continues to show Himself. Yes, He shows Himself to the seekers. That's what I want to talk about today. Is in order to find Him, you have to search for Him. You have to seek Him out. You know, people that search for things and seeks out things, they are very special people. They are, because they understand that there is something to find and that there is something worth finding. So think about those who are treasure seekers or treasure hunters. These people, they go out for days, weeks, probably even months. It depends on the assignment, whether they are going to be looking and searching for gold or diamonds or jewels or whatever it is. They don't just give up on the first day, meaning if they go out, if they have their equipment, they planned accordingly that this was the time that they were going to be here to look for whatever they believe is out here. There's something out here. I know, and I believe that there's something out here. I just have to search it out. I have to search it out. And so they don't just give up after not finding anything on the first day or the second day or even a week, because something in them, it's within the person. It comes from within that person, where it tells them, no, there's some treasure out here that's worth finding, that's worth seeking. So when a person is hungry or thirsty in the physical, we know how to find food. When you and I are hungry, it can be 12 o'clock at night or 1 o'clock in the morning. Most things can be closed, but you and I, if we are hungry, or we know how to find something that's open. I'm going to find me something somewhere because I am starving. I am hungry. You know that feeling of longing for that meal or that food or whatever it is that you are craving. You know the craving, the desire that you get on the inside. Is like your tongue only has a taste for that thing. I don't know, the mouth does something when it's craving something. It's almost like you can almost taste it on your tongue because you want it that bad. Jesus. Oh, Lord, you want it that bad. So you can already taste it. No, I already taste this ice cream, this fried ice cream. I already can taste it. I already can taste this pizza. I already can taste this salad. I already can taste this burger. I already can taste this hot dog. I already can taste those wings. I already can taste the rice and the chicken. You know what it's like, and I hope I'm not making you hungry, but if you've ever been that hungry and that thirsty, you know how to search for what you need. You know how to find that restaurant. And if you're thirsty, you know how to go in and search for water or whatever it is that you are thirsting for. What's funny is, Sprite used to have a slogan that said, something to the degree of quenching the thirst. Like, no, if you get this Sprite, it will quench your thirst, meaning it will satisfy that thirst. I know that you're thirsty, but I have something that will quench it. I have something that will satisfy it. I have something that will fulfill that craving, fulfill that taste that you have, that thirst that you have. Sprite had that slogan. So when we are thirsty for water, we know how to find it. And if we don't have it around the house, we know how to go and get it. That makes you someone who knows how to seek out what you need, because to you, it's valuable. When you are hungry and you don't have anything in your house and you need to go out and find it, if there are places closed, I'm telling you, I know because I've been there. You will pull up Google Map or you will pull up Google and you will find something that is open. Even if it's a couple miles away, You will go because to you in those moments, oh no, this is valuable. I'm that hungry that I'm willing to drive a couple miles. I'm that hungry that I'm willing to drive. Although I'm so tired, I'm more hungry than tired. I'm willing to just take the 20-minute drive, take the 30-minute drive, because when I get what I get, it's gonna be worth it. Or I hope that it will be worth it. So we know how to seek out for the physical things. When it's clothes that you need, you know how to go and find a place where you need to get clothes. If it's gas that you need, you know how to go and find gas. When there was a gas shortage maybe 2 years ago, people knew how to go and find them some gas. We have to know that there is a God and he does make himself available, but only to the seekers. Do you know not everyone is a seeker? Jesus said that only those that are hungry, I have to desire God. I have to want God. And the thirsty will find him. I have to be like that woman at the well that's in search for something. She was searching for something. She was looking for something, trying to figure out, can it be the Christ? Because we were told that he would come. We were told that he would come. She's searching for something that maybe she did not fully know that she was searching for. I'm searching for something. We have to be like that. I have to desire God to a point where I go and I search for him. The word of God says that he rewards those that diligently. That means you have to actually put forth effort. You actually have to go beyond you. You have to get beyond you. You got to diligently. That means that if you don't find him the first time, that means you just got to go a little deeper. You have to seek a little bit more. You have to seek a little bit deeply, because he's findable, but only those that searches him out will find him. They're going to obtain the treasure. They're going to get the treasure. It makes me think about Matthew 13 with the person who bought the field. He found treasure in a field, and to him, it was worth selling all. That's how it has to be for the sons of God. It has to be worth selling all, selling everything. Everything that I ever had in this life, it does not compare to God. Something that I heard last night that was, oh my goodness, it was some keys being given out last night. It was a lot of things. It was some treasures. Sister Liberty went home with a goodie bag last night. I don't know about anybody else, but I've been leaving home, or yes, that is my home. Church is my home. That is my home. I have been leaving home, church, with some goodies in the spirit. It's great. It's great. But my pastor said something that, it was key. He says that, okay, so this is me putting it in my own words. Out of all that God has, God is greater than the things that he has to offer. God is the treasure. God is greater than everything else in heaven. God is greater than everything else in heaven. He's more valuable. So what I understood is that, although God gives treasures and things of that sort, he's the gift giver. He's the rewarder. God is greater than the things that he gives. God is greater than the things that he gives. So I can't want the things more than I want God. I have to want the real treasure. And that's him. He's the real treasure. And it takes the seekers to understand that. It takes the seekers that understand that it's not about what God can give me. It's about who he is. It's not about what God can do and what he can give. It's about who he is. Those that are really the seekers and they understand the real treasure, they understand that. Not those who are trying to figure out what can God give me. Not those who are trying to figure out, well, what can God do for me? It's not about what God can do for you. It's about what you can do for God. It's not about God inviting you. It's about you inviting God, because the word of God says deep cries out to deep. He says, draw near to me and I will draw near to you. So understand that. Take that in. That's truth right there. Take that in. God is greater than his treasures. God is greater than his gifts. God is greater than his rewards. Matthew 13. Y'all, get you some joy. Get you some joy, some real joy. Not that stuff that's going to get you later on in the end. So, verse 44, again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hidden in a field. Oh, so there's treasure over here. That means it just takes a willing person, not a lazy person, not a person who they're not counting the costs. They're not counting the costs. Yeah, they don't understand the value and the benefit of going and searching out. That takes too much of them. That might require too much of my time. But there's treasure here. I'm telling you, the treasure hunters, they have so much because they actually go out and they find the treasure. They search for it and they don't stop. Many of them, they do not stop until they have the treasure. They don't go for a week or a day or two and do not find any treasure and leave. Oh, no. There's treasure here. I know it and I'm going to find it. They're like determined. It doesn't matter what those around them will tell them. Hey, why don't you just give up? You didn't find anything. It's been weeks. Oh, I know. I didn't find anything yet. But that doesn't mean that there isn't anything here. Oh, no, there's something here. And I'm going to find it. And when I do, you're going to come looking for me. When I do, you're going to come looking for me. He says that the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hidden in a field. So there's a field, a big field, and there's treasure there. Oh, man, many are going to look at the size of the field and just, oh, no, this is not for me. This is a big field. This can take months. Oh, yeah, it might. But is it worth it? Is it worth it? Because the treasure is here. It says, the which when a man has found, oh, so somebody found it. They had to be a seeker because that's not easy. This is a field. We're not talking about a little backyard. We're not talking about a little backyard. He says a field. I don't know if you've ever seen a field, but just thinking about the size of a baseball field, when there's treasure in it, that's big. So imagine this field. It says he found it. What? Oh, wow. If you sought for that, then you deserve what you find. It says, then he hid it. He found, so he sought it out. He searched. He was aware. I don't know how he knew. Something told him. Or maybe he was searching for something else. We don't know. He searched for it. He found it. And then he hid it again. Wait a minute. I got to do it the right way. So apparently the field wasn't his because later on we read that he had to buy the field. So he hid the treasure back. Oh, no. He was a treasure hunter. He was a treasure hunter. He was a seeker. He put the treasure back. And for joy thereof goes and sells all that he has. He's excited to sell everything. The sons of God, we have to be careful how we are looking at what we are giving up for God. Meaning, when God is requiring us or telling us, I don't know how God may speak to you. I don't know how he may give you the instructions. But we have to be careful how we give up things, not with a grudging heart. Because we don't give with a grudging heart either. So that means we can't give up things with a grudging heart as well. When I give up things for the Lord, when I sell all because I'm getting treasure, because I'm aware that there is treasure, but I have to give up some things. I have to give up the world. I have to give up my desires of the world, my hobbies, the life that I was pursuing in the world. I got to be willing to give that thing up. I have to be willing to give it up. I'm selling it to gain, but I have to understand that there's value in what I'm gaining versus what I'm giving up. So it says that with joy, he sold it. You need to find joy in you giving up the things for the treasure. You should not be the kind of person that feels as though, well, here it is again. Here God is requiring me to give up something else. Oh, man, what more would I have to give up? You cannot have that kind of mindset because the seekers, the treasure hunters, they're always full of joy because they understand the value and the treasure. They understand that this is wealth right here. This is riches. This is gold. This is diamonds. This is jewels and gems and all kinds of pearls. And To them, it was worth that. They don't even think on the things that they sold. No, I'm selling this with joy because you don't know I found some treasure. So I can give up the things of the world with joy and not have any regrets. Oh, no, no, no. I was glad I left the world. I was glad that I sold that part of me. I was going to make something out of me. I was going to give something with me. I was going to become this person. I was going to go and do this. But God, I tasted and I've seen that the Lord is good. Oh, he's good. I'm hungry and I'm thirsty after him, and he's filling it. He's filling me. He's satisfying me. I'm not full yet because I've not had enough. And so I'm continuously thirsting after him and hungering after him. I'm continuously seeking after him. And in my searching, I'm finding. You have to find God. It's like what he told, I forget which prophet. It may have been Elisha, where the Lord in the whirlwind? No, you have to search the Lord. It was the deception of the Lord. You have to find the Lord. You have to find the Lord, because let me make something clear to you. God, and I hope you hear me, God is not revealing himself to anyone. God picks and chooses who he wants to show himself to. So as the Bible was playing last night or this morning in my home, it was in Genesis, and I heard how, so the Lord began to speak to Abraham. The Lord began, I think his father was Terah. The Lord began to, out of all of that little family right there, the Lord began to speak to Abraham, and he called Abraham from out of his country. The Lord showed himself to Abraham. The Lord could have showed himself to Abraham's brother or the other brother before he died, or his father. But the Lord picks and chooses. The Lord shows himself to Moses as a burning bush. God picks and chooses who he shows himself to. So if you are looking for him, you have to search for him. It's not as simple as you think. In your mind, you may think that I just need to go to church if I want to find God. Many people go to church, but they do not find God. They find other things. They find a wife. They find some lust. They find some pride. They find some greed. They find some other things that are not benefiting them. But only seekers, they know how to find God. They know how to find water. Living water, flowing water, active water. So for joy thereof, he goes and he sells all that he has. Oh no, I have joy in what I am doing. I don't know about you. You don't know that I've found some treasure, and that's okay. That's okay. Just know that I'm selling all, not some things, all things, because this treasure that I found is worth all. Is God worth all? Is God worth all? Let that sit with you for a moment. Because many people come into the faith and they leave back out disappointed because they did not understand that it was going to require all. That word all has been being highlighted in this season for many of us. All. It's going to require everything. It's going to require all of the things that had your heart, that you love so dearly. Is it worth giving up? Is it worth selling, giving it to another? Because he sold it. He sold it. And what he did next to him was worth it. It says, and bought that field. Oh, I got to do this the right way. So the field that he was searching in wasn't even his. It wasn't even his. But he found that treasure. Oh, someone didn't know that this was here. But it's okay. Let me sell all and buy the field. I'm gonna buy the whole thing. I'm gonna buy the whole thing. That's what God did with you on the cross. He bought you. He purchased you. He saw that it was worth it. Oh no, I'm gonna buy her. I'm gonna give up all. The Lord gave up all for you. Can you give up all for him? He gave up everything for you. He left his kingdom. He gave that up. That didn't mean that he didn't go and inherit it back. He did once it was completed. Once his assignment was finished, he did. But he gave it all up for you. All of it up for you so that he can purchase you, because he saw you as that valuable treasure that was worth purchasing. Man, she's worth it. He's worth it. God is looking. I'm getting so much revelation. I'm trying to contain myself right now. Oh, Jesus. My God. My God. God looks at his children as treasure. We are treasures. We are jewels and gems in the palms of his hand. And when he sees us, he sees something valuable. He sees something worth buying and purchasing that he has to go and sell all. No, this one right here is worth it. She, her, them, those right there, they are worth it. When I see them, I see so much value. I see so much prosperity. I see so much glory. I see so much riches. And so he gave up all. He sold all just to purchase the whole field. Oh no, I want the whole thing. I want the whole thing. I want all of her. I want the whole thing. I want to go to John 4 because I brought up earlier the woman at the well. I believe it's John 4. I love hearing this story because there's so much revelation. There's so much to gather from this one story here. And I'm trying to get whatever is on my lip off. Okay, yes, so John 4, I love it because this woman was a treasure hunter. She was a treasure hunter. She was seeking and searching for something, and she found it. She hit the jackpot. This Samaritan woman hit the jackpot. John 4, verse 7. There came a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus said unto her, give me to drink. Are you crazy? You're asking me to give you something to drink? For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then says the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that you, being a Jew, ask me of a drink? Like, the audacity. The audacity. Which am a woman of Samaria, for the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Jesus answered and said unto her, if you knewest the gift of God, and who it is that says to you, give me to drink, you would have asked of him, and he would have given you the living water. The woman says unto him, sir, you have nothing to draw with. He doesn't need anything to draw with because the well that he's talking about, the water that he's talking about is himself. And so he doesn't need a bucket. You might, but he doesn't need the bucket. She says, you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Oh, baby, I have something deeper than that. I have something deeper than that well right there. From whence then have you this living water? Living water. Living water. The Lord is giving living water. Are you greater than our father Jacob, which gave us this well, and drunk thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? Jesus answered and said unto her, whosoever drank of this, they're going to thirst again. No. If you go out into the world seeking for something to fill that void, something to quench your thirst, something to satisfy your crave, you're going to hunger again. You're going to thirst again if you go out looking for it in the world. You go out looking for it in the world, you may find it, but you won't be complete. You won't be complete. But, that word but is big here. Whosoever drinks of the water that I shall give shall never thirst. Oh, you're never going to be thirsty again. You're never going to thirst again. Well, I want that. I don't want to come to this stinking well anymore. He says, but the water that I shall give him shall be in him, a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Here she goes. She's searching. She hears it. She can identify, oh, he has something. And I want it. Most would have been like, okay, that's nice. All right. The woman said unto him, sir, give me this water. I want it. I know it when I hear it. I know a fountain of water when I hear it. I know treasure when I hear it. Give it to me. I want it. Give it to me. I'm willing to search it out. That's what she said. Give it to me that I thirst not again. I don't want to thirst anymore. I don't want a loan anymore. I don't want to desire it any longer. I want it to quench my thirst. I want to always have it. Neither have to come here to this stinking well, you know? Jesus said unto her, go and call your husband and come here. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, you have well said, I have no husband. For thou hast had 5 husbands, and he who you are with now is not your husband. And this said you truly. You've said this truly, that you have no husband, because the person that you are now with isn't your husband. You're not married to him. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive you are a prophet. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and you say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Jesus said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour comes when you shall neither worship in this mountain nor nor yet at Jerusalem. Worship the Father. You worship you know not what. But he says, we know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour comes, and now is when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh. Okay, the Father is seeking as well, because the seekers have to come from the seeker, the one who's the seeker of all. It says, for the Father seeks. So he's looking too. He's searching for a heart that is right towards his. He's searching for them that are searching for him. Who's searching for me in the world, in the earth? Who's actually looking for me? Because there are a lot of things that is available for people, but who's actually searching for me? It says the Father seeketh such to worship him. I'm searching for someone to worship me. That's why the Lord brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, to worship him. I'm searching for those that are searching for me. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. The woman said unto him, I know the Messiah comes, which is called Christ. And when he comes, he shall tell us all things. Jesus said unto her, Jesus, I that speak unto you am he. And upon this his disciples came and marveled that he talked with her. But I think at some point the woman was just so surprised that she left her water pot. So let me go down. It says the woman left her stinking water. Forget this stinking, filthy water. She forgot why she came to the well. It says in verse 28, the woman left her water pot and went her way into the city and said to the men, come and see a man which told me all things that I ever did. Is not this the Christ? She went from an adulterer to an evangelist in a moment. He changed her in a moment. She was now a well. She had gained access to the well. He spoke to her. Jesus didn't have conversations with many people. When you read the Gospels, he didn't have conversations like that. And the fact that she was a woman at that, and a Samaritan woman, the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritan woman. That's why when his disciples came back, they marveled. What is he doing talking to her? But they didn't say anything either. They just pondered it within themselves. They didn't say anything. They're not crazy. But this woman, she had just gained access to the living water and became a well herself. She was a treasure seeker. She was a treasure hunter, and she had got it. She had gained access to that water. Jesus told her, if you drink of this, you will never thirst again. But that's only for the seekers. That's not just for anyone, because you have to have ears to hear what I'm saying. And she did, and she moved accordingly. Oh no, I want what you have. You just told me everything that I ever did. Is not this the Christ? She was able to identify him. Oh, I know who you are. I know exactly who you are, and I've been waiting on you. I've been waiting for you because I've been searching for something. You can tell that this woman was searching for something because she had been with 6 men. She has been with 6 men. She was looking for something. She was longing for something. There was something in her told her that there's something missing. And she was determined to find it. She didn't find it with God 1. Oh no, you're not what I'm looking for. She didn't find it with God 2. Still, I've still not found it. She didn't find it with God 3. No, this is still not it. I don't know what it is. This is not it. This is not it. I'm not finding it in you. I didn't find it in the first 2. I'm not finding it in you. Guy 5 or Guy 4, Guy 5, she did not find it. And even the one that she was with, she didn't even marry, because at this point, listen, I've gone through this so many times. Let's just be cordial. Let's right now just be friends with benefits, because I'm not yet sure that I found what I'm looking for yet. I've not found what I'm looking for yet. And I'm not quite sure that that's you just yet. She wasn't sure. So her and the person that she was with, they were not married. She wasn't sure. She wasn't sure. But when she came across the Christ, she knew who he was when he spoke to her and told her everything that she's ever done. She went back into the village and she was telling what happened. She was telling the people who looked at her as the adulterer, the people who looked at her as she's always with a different man. Oh my goodness, every time that we turn around, she's always with a different man. Some of us have stories like that where people knew us after the flirt. They knew our reputation. They knew our lifestyle. They knew what we did, and many of us were known as certain things. No, that's the one that gets off. That's what they call that in the world. I don't know if they still call it that, because it's been a long time. It's been a very long time. But that would mean that that's a person who they fornicate with a lot of people. No, that's that guy who's always with a different female. No, that's the one, she's always doing this. That's the one, he's always doing that. You had a reputation until you met God, until you met the Christ, and he began to tell you everything that you've ever done, because you were searching for something. You were longing for something. Many of us were searching for people in the world to complete us, and we were not able to identify that up front. What am I looking for? What am I searching for? What is life? What is the meaning of life? What is all of this? Why do we die? Why do we live? Why are we born? Why do people get married? Why do people do these things? Why do people break up? Why do people make up? What's happening? Why do I feel like I have everything, but I still feel empty? What is it? Why do I feel like I'm searching for something, but I really don't know what it is? I don't know if I found it yet. Is it in this? Maybe it's in a new relationship. Maybe it's in a new car. Maybe it's in a new purse. Maybe it's with a new job. Maybe it's with a new home. Maybe it's, rearranging my circle, because the people in my circle, I don't feel like they offer me what I need. I don't feel as though they have anything to offer me, but I'm looking for something. That was many of our stories. We were looking for something. And many of us, we thought that it was in relationships. We thought that maybe it was in this marriage, or maybe it's being with this person. Maybe I need to get married. Maybe I need to move here. Maybe I need to just get multiple jobs so that I can have a lot of money, and maybe that'll satisfy me. We were looking for something. And when those things just did not satisfy us, so you have to understand that people in the world that so many want the world. People in the world are looking for something. They just have not yet identified the real treasure. That's why the celebrities and the wealthy, they can have everything but turn and kill themselves. They can have everything but get on drugs. Why do you need to be on drugs? You don't have any kind of stress, or you shouldn't. I'm the one that's over here struggling. I should have stress. What are you stressed out about that you have to be on drugs, that you end up in rehab? What? Please tell me, because we could trade right now. Let me get that wealth. I'll show you how to put it to use. But they understand that the fulfillment and the completion isn't in the material things. Because to us, we may think, what do you don't have a reason to be stressed. You don't. But you have to understand that within your soul, so your soul understands that it was created for God. So when you get things and there's still a longing, why do I still feel incomplete although I have everything? It's because those things cannot fulfill that hole that only God can fill. That's meant for God. Only God can do that. Only God can complete the soul. I heard it say yesterday, I guess there's a saying that there's a God-sized hole in the person's heart that only God can fill. Only God can fill that right there. That hole, that gap, that's specifically for God, but you have to search him out. That hole in your heart can only be filled if you search out God. You got to go looking for him. Again, God is not going to show himself to just anyone. God is amazing. He likes those that are searching and seeking him out. I got to find God. I don't know where he is. I have to find God, because where I am now, I don't feel like I've found him yet. And I know I haven't found him because I've not felt complete. I've not tapped into that living water. I've not tapped into the joy. I've not fully gained the perspective that I feel I should have. So I know I've not found him yet, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop. I'm going to search for him. Many people who are now at my local assembly, they've gone to other churches. But as they felt the Lord pulling on their heart, as they felt like the Lord was requiring more and that they needed to search him out for more, they ended up leaving where they were. They were already at churches, but they felt as though what they were getting was not enough. Oh no, I need more of God. But in order for me to get more, I have to search. I have to do some searching, because we know how it is when we need more of something. Man, I need more of this. But they don't have it in the stores anymore over here in this area. That person's going to search for it. Listen, I really need this product. I really need this item. I got to search for it. I have to find it. I have to figure out who knows what. I have to find some connections or make some connections, because I need this item. I need this item that they stopped selling in this city. I need to find it, but I got to do some searching. So many of them had to do some searching. I need to find God. Let me tell you something. If you are looking for God, keep looking. Keep looking. Don't say, well, I didn't find him, so I just gave up. I stopped looking. Those are the ones that are going to leave up empty-handed. He said something, my pastor said something. There was another key. He says, those that have lost have already forfeited. So if you've already planned to fail, or I forget how it goes. If you plan to fail, then you failed to plan. I forget which way that goes. But if you already made up in your mind that you've lost, then you forfeited all. If you've already made up in your mind that you sought him and you did not find him, and so you're just going to give up, you're just going to go back to the world, you're going to go back to the way you were living, then you've already forfeited your inheritance. You've already forfeited. You've lost. You've already forfeited, because you don't value the benefit in searching for God. He says, if you seek me, you will find me. If you search for me with all your heart. If you search for God with your whole heart, he promises that you will find him. So many of my brothers and sisters who I mentioned, who have come from different parts of the world, they were searching for God, and they found him because they searched. They didn't give up after visiting this church and that church. There were some who have testimonies to where they've gone to multiple churches because they're thirsty. They're hungry. You've never been hungry and thirsty for something. You will search that thing out. No, I need to find it. I need to find it, whether that's online, whether that's me reaching out on Facebook. There's times where I have seen people put recommendations. Hey, I'm looking for this. Does anybody know any good salon? Does anybody know any good car dealership? Does anybody know any good mechanic? I'm searching for something, so I need recommendations. So those who are looking for something, they may have asked questions. They may have asked, right, hey, do you know any good churches? Because all of the churches in my city, they're horrible. God is not there. God is not there. And I feel like on the inside of me, there's a longing. There's more in me that needs more of him. I need more of God. I'm hungry right now. I'm thirsty for more. But I can't find that around here. Do you know any good churches? Do you know any good pastors on YouTube or anything like that? Yeah, I do. There's this one. And as you listen in to this man of God speaks, you hear the power of God flowing through him. And you decide, you know what? I'm going to come and visit that church. And you visit that church. And then God visits you. God visits you. And you feel as though I am home. I am home. I'm home and I'm never leaving. Let me tell you. There are good, healthy churches out there. I know that the majority is bad. I know that the majority is lukewarm and worldly. But there are good and healthy churches out there. You have to search it out. If you seek the Lord, he promises that you will find him. I got to search for God. Why can't God just come to me? It doesn't work like that. You have to want him. You have to want him enough for him to reveal himself to you, because he's searching too. Just like you are searching, he's searching. He's searching. And he's going to find what he's looking for. But you better find what you are looking for. And that's only in him. That's only in him. The real churches are in him. You got to sell all. Oh, I got to sell all? You didn't tell me I was going to have to sell all? That's not what I signed up for. It's okay. Those who can understand the value and the treasure, and that it's worth selling all to buy the field, they're going to get what they need. They're going to get what they're looking for. They're going to get what they need. Only the hungry and the thirsty will find it. They're going to be filled. They're going to have access to the well. They're going to become a well themselves. Because he says, out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. They're going to become a well, a deep well. Oh no, I'm a deep well. Deep cries out to deep. Only the called can be the ones that cry out. Only the called. Because they already know that, oh no, there's treasure. God is treasure. And I have to find him. I have to find him with everything in me. I have to find him. Did you find God yet? No, not yet, but I'm still searching. I'm not giving up. I'm still searching. Many of them, they were searching. Many of my brothers and sisters, they went years searching for a healthy church. And God led them to when they found it. I finally found it. Yeah, because you are a seeker. You are a treasure hunter. That's you. And so those that seek, they will find. They will find. So let that be you in Jesus' name. God bless you.